Okay, let's load up our virtual machine here again, run the same command that we've been using. Last time we made sure our Matchbox desktop auto logs in and we got sudo set up. Today we're going to work on using a on-screen keyboard. Now GNOME does come, or GNOME or Genome, however you say it, comes with a keyboard, but I prefer the Matchbox keyboard, which is very simple, although you can create themes for it and make it look better because it is not the prettiest and the buttons aren't the biggest. There's another keyboard that I've seen screenshots of called Florence, I think, that I haven't tried yet, and if that does, I might look into that in the future because it does look like it has larger buttons, which will be easier for typing. But let's go ahead and so as you can see, we loaded right up into our Matchbox interface here. I'm just going to scroll down and I'm going to choose terminal here. Excuse me. And once that's loaded up, what we're going to do here is, we're going to type in Matchbox keyboard, because when we installed the Matchbox environment, should have installed the keyboard. We'll hit enter. And there is the keyboard. Obviously, we're not going to run that from the command line each time because on our tablet we wouldn't be able to type it anyway. So we're going to have to create a shortcut for it. But we have another issue here. Right here I'm going to hit Control-Z and then BG to throw that in the background. So the keyboard's still running. But you see if I run the Matchbox keyboard again, it just opens up another keyboard. So what we need to do is, first thing we need to do is we need to create a script that is going to toggle the keyboard. So I'm going to Control-C to kill that. And one of the things we're going to do in that script is we're going to say, kill all Matchbox keyboard. So what we need to do is create a script that checks and sees if the keyboard is running. If it is running, then we're going to kill all. If not, then it's going to open it again. So one way we can check, we can use the command PID, looking for the ID of Matchbox keyboard. And as you can see, we get no output. But if the Matchbox keyboard is running, we do get an output of the process ID. So basically what we can do is check and see if we get a response out of that. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to change directories into our USR bin folder where majority of our programs are going to be, and we're going to use, have I installed Vim yet? Vim's not installed, so I'll use nano for now. And I'm going to say sudo nano. Nano is just a text editor, so you can use whatever text editor you like. And I probably will install Vim because I do prefer it. But just to get things moving, we're going to say toggle keyboard, and that's going to be the name of our script. In here we're going to write a little bash script. So we have to give it our shebang line saying bin bash, just telling it that to use the bash interpreter. And we'll create a variable, we'll call it PID, we'll say equals, and then $ parentheses. So whatever we type in here, whatever command we type in here, the output of it will be set to the variable PID. So PID of Matchbox, if I could type today, Matchbox dash keyboard. So at this point, if the Matchbox keyboard is open, then PID will equal its ID number. If Matchbox keyboard does not exist, if it's not open, then we get nothing. So what we're going to do is we're going to check if, and if exclamation mark equals, or sorry, dash E $PID. Then, and I'm also going to close my if statement here so I don't forget to do that later. What we're going to do here is we're going to say kill all Matchbox dash keyboard. So basically, if we do get some sort of output for the value of PID, then we're going to kill the Matchbox keyboard. Now, you might be saying, well, we got the ID number. Why don't we just kill that ID number? Because you may have accidentally already opened up 2 Matchbox keyboards. This will just make sure that they're all killed. Then we're going to say else, so if we don't get any output, that means that Matchbox keyboard is not open. Well, then we're going to open the keyboard. So every time you run this script, it's either going to open the keyboard or close the keyboard, giving us a nice little toggle of the keyboard there. Control X, enter, Y enter to save that, or Control X, Y to save. Control X to exit. It'll ask if you want to save, Y to save. Now we have to make it executable this one time, so sudo change mod plus X toggle keyboard. Now anytime we run the command from anywhere, since it's inside our bin folder here, we can run toggle keyboard, and you see the keyboard's already open, so it should, if I typed everything right, close it. There we go. If we run the same command again, it opens it. So now all I have to do is create a button that will excuse me, that will run that. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to a folder called USR share applications, and this is where a bunch of desktop files are, and these are what our buttons on our desktop or in our menus come from. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say sudo nano, and we're going to create one called toggle keyboard dot desktop, and then here we're going to say that this is desktop entry. We're going to say the name of it equals toggle keyboard. Then we're going to say when it's clicked, we're going to say run the command toggle keyboard. Then we're going to say icon equals keyboard. And hopefully I'm going based on something I've done before. There's a folder where there's a bunch of icons, and there should be one called keyboard already in there. If not, I might just set it to the GOK, which is the known desktop or known keyboard. We'll see what happens here in a minute. Terminal equals false because we don't want a terminal window opening. Now we're going to say type equals applications or application. Now I'm going to save that real quick, but also I am going to cat out, so one for xterm or terminal. Let's just cat out one of these other ones. Oh, some of them have a lot of information in them. Let's try cat. Yeah, we'll do one of these. Let's see. That's what I'm looking for. Categories. That's what I thought it was. This is what category it falls under on your desktop there. So let's say sudo nano, go back in here, and you can put it in multiple categories, but I'm going to put it in one called utilities. Was it utility or utilities? Let's see. Let's go here to our desktop. Accessories, maybe accessories. I should have wrote this down in my notes before trying to do things off of memory here. Let's exit out of this. And a utility is what this one says here. Okay. So that's what I got. Did I spell it right? Probably not. Oops, I'm not in Vim. I don't have to hit I. Okay. So that should show up in our utilities Yeah, I'm just thinking. Sorry. So at this point, let's log out and log back in. So we're going to we don't have to do sudo. We'll say kill all xorg. Sudo kill all xorg. I guess we do have to do sudo. Okay. Probably a way to refresh that without logging out, but off the top of my head, I don't know what it is. Here we are. We're going to log back in. Now, when it's starting up the desktop, up here, it takes a second because it scans through all those desktop files, and it's creating icons for each one of them. And here we go. Another thing we need to do is create some swap space because we're only working with 250 megabytes or 56 megabytes here. Okay, this is taking a lot longer than I expected. Okay. Well, I fear I'm running out of time here, so I'm going to break up this tutorial. So be sure to watch the next one where I conclude this. Thank you very much, and have a great day.